I interviewed more than 1,000 people claiming to be your parents, but all of them were fakes and liars.
Oh, gee.
Are you certain?
Yes. None of them knew about the locket.
I was sure somebody was going to be my mother and father.
Oh. Agent Gunderson located the manufacturer of Annie's locket in Utica, New York.
Oh, boy.
Over 90,000 were made and sold.
Oh, gee.
I'm sorry, Annie, but the FBI doesn't think there's a chance in a million that they could trace your parents from the locket.
That's okay. You did your best. Anyways, I guess a kid can get along without folks. You didn't turn out so bad.
Grace, do you have those legal papers I gave you the other day?
Right here, sir.
Annie, I want to adopt you.
Adopt me?
Yes or no?
If I can't have my real mother and father, there's no one in the world I'd rather have for a father than you, Mr. Warbucks.
Annie, this isn't just going to be an adoption. It's going to be a celebration, and you can have anyone in the world you want to come to it. So, who would you like?
Well, I guess I like Miss Barrow here, and Mr. Drake, and Mrs. Pugh, and, well, everybody here.
Drake!
Yes, sir.
Tell Seth to get spiffed up. They're going to be guests at Annie's adoption party.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and the kids.
I'm afraid it'll be far too past their bedtime by now. But I'll tell you what, we'll have everyone down here for a big Christmas party tomorrow.
Miss Hannigan, too?
Why not? Annie, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
And I'm the luckiest kid.
Sir, Mr. and Mrs. Mudd. Excuse us, folks. Surely, look, there's our Annie.
Who are you? Honey, we're your mom and dad.
Mudge is the name, Ralph Mudge, and this here's my wife, Shirley.
And you're Annie Mudge.
Annie Mudge?
We loved you, Annie, but we had to leave you behind.
We've seen a great number of people.
I'll expect you'll be wanting proof of who we are. Here's Annie's birth certificate and our driver's license.
Anne Elizabeth Mudge, born to Ralph and Shirley Mudge, New York, New York, October 28, 1922.
That's my birthday.
Oh, thank God, Ralph. She's our Annie.
Mr. Mudge, what about the money?
Well, we ain't got much, but we'd be glad to give you whatever.
You haven't heard them offered a certified check for $50,000 to whoever could claim that they're Annie's mother and father?
No, sir. Anyway, we don't want no money.
On the other hand, Ralph, remember that old pig farm out in New Jersey? With $50,000, we could afford to bring Annie a right in the country.
When we left Annie at the orphanage, we left half of the silver locket with her and kept the other half. Yes, it's a perfect fit.
Oh, thank God, Ralph.
Mr. Mudge, would you mind if Annie stayed here until tomorrow? Christmas. You can come pick her up in the check.
Whatever you prefer, sir.
Bye, Annie. Love.
Until tomorrow morning, honey, and then you'll be spending the rest of your life with us. Everybody.
Well, this is...
Wonderful news.
Yes, Drake.
Yes, sir.
Champagne, you just had the most wonderful news in the world. Annie's found her real mother and father. I've lost her, Grace. I've lost Annie.
Sir, I have the strangest feeling I've seen that Mr. Mudge before. And he's not who he says he is.
Then we won't give up until we're certain.
But how?
I'll go straight to the top, to the President of the United States, even if he is a lousy Democrat.
Silly to cry, nothing to fear.
You're up early?
You're up early too.
We've been up all night in here. FBI men coming and going. Oh, and Annie, did you know that President Roosevelt is here?
Really?
Mr. President?
Merry Christmas, Mr. President.
Merry Christmas, Annie. Annie, early this morning, FBI Director Cooper telephoned me with some very sad news. He succeeded in tracing the identity of your parents.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
No, dear. David and Margaret Bennett.
But
Annie,
Annie, your mother and father passed away a very long time ago.
you mean I'm an orphan after all?
and are you all ready?
Yes, because I know they loved me, and they would have come for me if they weren't.
I love you, Annie Bennett.
And I love you too. Now, who the heck are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
The birth certificate could have easily been forged, but no one knew about the law could accept us.
And the FBI, of course.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan.
Lieutenant Ward and the children of the orphanage, sir.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Annie.
Miss Bolton.
Ah, now it all fits together.
Sir, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Merry Christmas.
Well, we don't want to bother you on Christmas and all. We just came to pick up Annie and the check.
Oh yes, the check. Here it is, Mr. Mudge. $50,000 certified.
Certified. Paid to the order of the jig is up.
Yes, the jig is up. Daniel Francis Hannigan, also known as
Rooster Hannigan, also known as Danny the Dip.
And you, Miss Hannigan.
Annie, tell them how good and nice I've always been to you. Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Hannigan, but what's the one thing you always taught me? Never tell a lie. Rat.
Lieutenant Ward, arrest these two at once.
Along the two queues, let's take a drive downtown.
He's all in a row.
We go out.
Miss
everyone. We'd like to introduce everyone one at a time. So when I call your name, please step forward and take a bow. Let's introduce Sandy the dog, played by Matthew.